Hi everybody, welcome to another Chats with Chaudhry live at the Virtual Process Show. I'm delighted to be joined by Olivier BERTEAU, who is the Industry Manager for Pharmaceutical Segment at Mettler-Toledo International. And we're going to be talking about what they're showcasing at the show. But before we do that, Olivier, lovely to see you.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. Well, thank you for joining me at the show. I know it seems a bit strange, everyone, but we are at a virtual show today. So how has the show started for you guys? I mean, I know it started this morning, sort of 9 o'clock German time. So how's the event been so far for you?
So far, so good. It's the beginning of the week, and our colleagues in Germany are expecting the same flow, the same good discussion as it is since this morning. It's very good.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. So before we start talking about what you're talking to visitors about the show, perhaps you can give people a bit of an overview about Mettler-Toledo and your key focuses, and and where you're really focusing now from your business unit's perspective as well.
All right. So Mettler-Toledo is a very large group, and our dedication to the pharma market, even if it's wider than our division, process analytics, is an unprecedented footprint on the market since probably more than 50 years. So more specifically for the show and our division, we are focusing on analytical solutions that are used in the pharma industry, upstream, downstream, with small and large molecules to produce vaccine, antibodies, and all kinds of drugs that are marketed by our clients.
Right. So maybe you can tell me a little bit more about the work you do around vaccines, because obviously it's a very topical subject at the moment with all the research going on around COVID-19. So how can you help people in those areas?
Well, since 20 years, the industry has moved to more single-use, semi-continuous or continuous processes using different type of equipment. But upstream, downstream, this industry facing a pandemic, working on a blockbuster or even an orphan drug, is looking at solution to go faster, quicker on the market, and improving the performance of a process. In 20 years ago, the titer of a process was at a gram liter, at a decigram liter. Now we are at more than 10 grams per liter, so, and even more. So that's also the equipments that are used in bioprocessing that are combined with process science that are helping to develop faster and smaller equipment for all the drugs that are needed today on the market.
Right, and the products that your division produces, then where do they help then in terms of these workflows and applications?
So for the pharma market, if we segment the two preclinical and clinical commercial market, our clients are using the sensors from our portfolio for the development of the candidates, the vaccines, or the therapy that will be applied later in a commercial phase. So that's where we are. We are providing for the essential physical chemical parameters that are used in fermentation or cell culture. We are providing the right amount of analytical inlines that are used to monitor and develop a cell population to produce an antibody or recombinant protein. So basically, the sensors are the pH. pH is in vivo, ex vivo is at the physiological level is one of the most important parameters to track. Oxygen, of course, and because oxygen and feeding is part of the system for growing a cell population ex vivo. And of course, what is important, and that's where we are recognized unique by the market, is how to use during this process of expanding a cell population to produce what you want to produce, how Mettler is proposing solutions to control the output from this cell population in terms of important parameters. And we are quite unique there because we are the only one proposing a solution to measure the dissolved CO2, so the CO2 that is produced by the cells during basically the respiration cycle. And then another one, which is the oxidative stress, where there is an interest from the market to understand how this parameter is interesting to monitor and to use for control.
Well, that's really interesting. So let's talk about the virtual process show. Obviously, you'll be talking to a lot of people about this at the show, but why did you choose to participate in the first place at the virtual process show?
Well, you know, it's the same for you guys in the UK or whatever the place in the world, confinement. Okay, so we have to do something, and you know, explain to the market that we are it's continuous. Okay, we are not going to stop, and the market demand is here because not only because of COVID, of course, but it's a priority, but because this market is changing, and we have seen this evolution every 2 decades. Okay, now it's single use, but the next one, 2020, 2040, what would be the the innovation that is needed to continuous process and to to provide even a patient-oriented therapy in a hospital or directly at home. So that's the trends, the future of this market.
Sure. So at the show, what are you sort of really focusing on? What analytical solutions are you displaying on the booth that visitors can sort of find out more about?
Well, all the parameters that I just mentioned will be displayed, explained, and documented for a more complete technical understanding, but also another system that is a tunable tunable laser system that is used for measuring different type of gases in the gas phase for any kind of pharmaceutical applications. And then we will focus also on oxygen, because we will have probably like 2 webinars a day on these 2 parameters. And of course, any of the other products are in terms of innovation or breakthrough, in terms of changes that we are also seeing on the market, in terms of single-use sensors and other solutions that could be seen quite unique for a process person.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot now. So what makes your solutions unique? Why should people work with Mettler-Toledo rather than some other company then? Why should they come and talk to you?
Well, that's a good question, but I usually I usually take a sort of an example in the real life, with antioxidant, of antioxidant in cosmetics, in food, in beverage, and the same for CO2. So as the most interesting, parameters to understand how this population is healthy, growing well, and producing what is targeted, this is the most important. So this is why we are unique, because we understand internally, we understand also how to turn this, make this translation between physical, chemical parameters into something biological or event related by the biology of cells. And that's the most important. And our clients are expecting also this understanding from companies like Mettler-Toledo.
Fantastic. All right. Well, look, I know you need to get back to the booth and start talking to all those
Yep.
visitors at the show. So I won't keep you any longer. As Olivier mentioned, they have got some webinars. In fact, they've got one this evening at 7 o'clock European time. And they've also got two on the 10th. So please make sure you check those out if you're visiting. If you are visiting, please go and visit their booth. They've got a lot of experts on the booth. They've got a whole range of experts there willing to talk to you about different solutions and help you with your different applications. There's lots of ways to communicate on the booths. I've been on the booths myself and it's very, very easy. They've got chats, they've got video conferencing, they've got lots of different ways to do it. So please go and check in. If you haven't registered, it's 100% free. So there's no excuse not to go. You can just go onto the website, click on it. It's very quick. It's 30 seconds and you'll be able to get into the exhibition. So check it out if you can. And if you can't, then I will put the website address above this video as well. And if you've got any questions, having heard Olivier talk today for him, then please put some comments below the video. I'm sure Olivier will be happy to answer any questions you've got as well. So all that's left for me to say, Olivier, is thank you very much for taking the time out. I really enjoyed that. And I learned a lot more about Mettler-Toledo than I had before. So thank you very much for taking the time
Very
out.
good. You're welcome.
And
thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching as always. Watch out for more videos from the shows as well. And as always, stay well and stay safe. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.